Could you take me home? You can do whatever and a man's still gonna throw the best back shots, give 5-star head. He's still gonna cheat.
I'm not an innocent guy, but I'll just be honest.
People my age being very successful is so low.
Men, one thing you need to know about men. Men
They're
have
trash.
a lot don't like playing victim.
You'd rather have someone that plays victim than an emotional manipulator. Yeah. I'm not gonna invest in someone who doesn't want to do shit. You're just like.
Biggest contribution to cheating is
How many partners are you down?
So before we...
I can have a fling with you throughout the whole day till the night.
It's just about let's go to the club, get bottles, smash whatever you can, and off.
Yeah.
I was very insecure about my image.
Yeah.
And I told him, and he was like, "Your securities are not my problem,
concern.
but my love,
One night stand.
My life
that's a one night stand." Right person, wrong time.
happens.
All those things. I'm worried about the woman that crossed your path.
Your friends want your partner. Alright, welcome to the Cut Show. My name is Boy Rigorous. Over here we got the amazing Ale and the one and only Curious Nerd. And again, this is another episode, another discussion, another topic.
Episode 9.
Season 2, episode 9. You already know what it is. Ale, just a quick intro.
Who are you? What do you do?
What do you do?
Okay, I'm Ale. I'm in Cape Town for a year now. A year and a half
I don't know
now.
how long you've been here.
I don't know. It's lockdown. Everything's the same now.
Yeah.
2020 part 2. And yeah, I just in the food industry and kicking it out here.
So when you say in the food industry, give us a bit of background.
So I work in a family business. It's called Chow Chow, and we are actually SA's 2020 best mozzarella production.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
quite interesting.
And we're hopefully expanding soon. So please watch out the page, guys. Thanks.
So what's the page? Say shout out the page and we put it
On the
on.
page.
At chow_chow_deli. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess that's out of the way. So Boy Rigorous, we kick it off with an exciting topic that we have listed, many of them.
What's the topic today?
And the first one that we have looking at is, so Ale, this question goes for you since you're today's guest. And just to give people out there a lay down of what's happening today is we're going to have two sides or two opinions of the topics that we have. So Boy Rigorous over here will be representing his side and his view on the male perspective of such said topic. And then Ale on our right, on my right, will be giving her opinion as well. So, I don't know how we're going to start it. Ladies first, what you say?
Ladies first.
And there you go. And then afterwards, if Ale, that's fine with you, we'll then alternate. And they say chivalry is dead, right?
It's not dead.
It's not dead.
It's not dead.
Ha, singing a different tune on the show.
It's not dead.
Before the show, you were saying some other stuff about men, but we'll get into that as
It's not dead.
we continue. Okay, so the first topic that we have down is, what do women look for in men in society, in today's society? In your opinion?
That's hard to answer because everyone has a different type, don't you think? Like, I can't say...
Yeah.
I can say my type,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
but I can't say everyone's type. And unfortunately, I haven't had a successful relationship enough to decide my type.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys have a little group with females and you guys discuss, you know what I mean? Majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Majority.
Yeah. Even
Most
before
cases.
you're gonna get on that one, then
My
rather
girls
start
are all
from
in successful relationships.
yeah, but start from like what's common. Like let's start from there. What do you think common is? Being respectful, for example.
Being respectful. Damn.
That's like a common one. Like everyone. I think even for guys, if you say like what you want to look for in a woman, then to be one of them would be respect.
I'm very traditional.
Okay.
So I think I like traditional guys.
Okay, so
That is like my fundamental
Yeah.
block of the pyramid.
Yes. Yeah. So
Once you start becoming out of your tradition, it's like it's a bit much.
okay. So what are those now?
I like. Well, it depends on the culture you're with. It depends on I can say I want an Italian man, and then you just eat steak every day. I'll be like, where's your pasta?
Yeah.
And you can't come to like a Namibian man and ask him where's your pasta.
You're from Namibia, by the way, for those that didn't know. Ali's from Namibia, so shout out to all the Namibians.
Mixed breed.
Mixed breed.
Is that even a term you're allowed to use these days? Isn't like what's
She has
it?
It's
got a
on my
bio.
Instagram. It's my caption.
It's on
Wow.
It's on the Instagram, so yeah.
Isn't it like a political correct term for that? Mixed biracial?
I mean, as long as it's on the eye.
Exactly. Can't tell us wrong.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, for example, I'll give you one, like I said, right? Should now a man be, be a certain way, be respectful, a family man, have all those type of things?
So for me, family is number one. You need to be traditional, and you need to have like loyalty.
You see, there we go.
When they sing Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna was like loyalty, loyalty, loyalty.
Yeah.
Fundamental block. It's up there with like, and I don't like lazy people. I don't like lazy people. If I'm the only one cooking and cleaning, get out. Like,
Yeah.
So I think those are like my, must-haves. Everything else there is like we can see
And
how
that
it goes
comes
on.
obviously from guessing home upbringing. You probably saw those type of things.
Well, I think everyone's upbringing has a way, but it will kind of change when you do move in, don't you think? Like when you start, like let's just say he and I start living together, right?
Yeah.
We are
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Hypothetically, I mean, he hasn't tried yet.
Okay. Yeah. And then.
But let's say we start living together. We're obviously gonna have to start like finding our go away, Siri. Sorry guys. Like we're gonna have to start.
Actually, listen to what you say. That.
I know it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I told you the other time. They're actually recording us as we speak. Now you're probably gonna see an ad that pops up next, speaking about the traditional
You're
men.
only gonna see a podcast.
But anyway, not to die from the topic. Continue.
But if he and I live together, we're obviously gonna have to find like a way to like kind of compromise. But if people aren't willing to compromise, if people aren't willing to meet you halfway on your deal breakers, then I genuinely don't see the point. Trying. So your upbringing has a lot to do with it. But
so with that, your list is minimum. I'm guessing. Right?
Minimum. Okay. I'm very laid back, but you proved me wrong quickly. Maybe I should get one.
Let me now switch it to Boy Rigorous.
What is the question again?
So the question is, for you, in your opinion, right? What do men now do you think, or like I said, your view on what you'd want?
For me, number one thing men look for in a woman is someone they can take home to their mom.
She can bring to the family.
To the family.
Yeah.
Because the thing is this.
That
Automatically, once you meet a female person,
you
can automatically say, "I can take you home." Not to my
Could
home.
you take me home?
Well, I guess that says a lot. Drinks water. Drink the water. Might as well.
Wow, so you wouldn't take me home?
No, let me first finish.
He's not done. You're supposed to give. Let him give.
I'll get back to you. The fact that you said traditional, you're more into the traditional things, we'll talk about it, but someone we can take home. So automatically I can say whether can I take this person home or not, based judging on that.
Their values, getting their values.
In that way. So obviously, besides taking the home thing comes the whole moral values and everything, are you respectful? Or do you have self-respect personally, first of all, before anything else?
Yeah.
And then judging on that, that's where I actually see like, this is the person I want to be with or so forth, Everything else is just lust at the end of the day.
So you say the most important part first is, can I take this person to the family? I would say family.
Personally,
right?
for me, yeah. And I think that's what most men also.
Okay. And then
because if you really think about it, in most cases they always say, even in music, like, can I take you home to mama? It's always a catchphrase.
Mama.
It's always a catch.
It's always a catchphrase. So that's where I see like it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, just a different thing as well as it's almost as if sometimes if you get the family's approval of sorts, then it like makes things easier, even though you don't need to. But that, I guess that's a whole other topic on its own.
That's another topic.
Even though you don't need to, but it makes it,
But sometimes it complicates it,
In what way?
It does a bit.
Once family gets involved, you start feeling the pressure. Like, now I can't leave this man because mom and dad are waiting for him. Like, every time I go out,
Yeah.
So it becomes from a girl's side, it's pressure. This is like saying, my dad's used to seeing like people I bring or people I'm with, like he's normal, like he doesn't mind it. He's very reasonable. But I know some of my cousins, if you bring a man home, this is the only man you're bringing home,
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's almost like it kind of like taints the family image.
Yeah,
right?
and not just that, like, you've settled down. It's kind of like you're first step to engagement,
Yes.
kind of. It's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, right? Going back to what you mentioned, which I picked up, is now you refer to tradition. So therefore, when it comes to tradition, which is always backed up by
Culture.
old culture and old ways of doing things, old in quotes, so no one murder me. So now when it comes to that, then it's like, you know, if you bring a guy home, who does it reflect to? Is it on the family or is it on yourself? And I think that's what it goes to, because it's always viewed from the family's point of perspective. But anyway, before I digress, let's move on to our next question, right? Which has to do with, Stady, starting with you.
Yes.
Financial status. Do you think that's important in a relationship?
This is the one. Financial
status.
Do I look for financial?
Yes, in a woman, or give your opinion on the whole thing, you know, in a relationship.
For me, like where I'm from in my background, if you the man, and I think we spoke about this in a previous podcast, if you the male, then I feel like you should provide that always, like financial stability.
Yeah.
Even though it's a 50-50 thing, but you should always keep in mind that you should be the one on top when anything goes down. You know what I mean? So it's a 50-50 thing, but in mind, keep it as you are the male, you are the alpha. And
you're the dominant one.
You feel me?
I guess some of these words are, what you call it?
Big words.
Will tick a few people out there.
No, I mean, it's just where I come from and how I was
and your
raised.
upbringing.
Everybody has their own different opinions. Everybody was raised different, but how I was brought up, that's how it is. You know?
So that'll go more on the tradition. More on the traditional side, where the man is the lead,
but
and all these
for
things.
me, I don't look in financial security in a woman. What I look for is if she I don't need a lazy woman. I don't want a lazy woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if she can do her, I'm fine with that. You know, I don't expect her to be the one that can do everything, but if she feels like, listen, I can do me, let me do me, you know what I mean? In that type of way, I respect that. That's what I like to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to pull up and you'll be like, you the man, you should do everything. You know what I mean? So in a nutshell, I don't look for financial security, but if you can do you,
it's a bonus.
A plus. You know what I mean? And I will respect that.
Yeah, of course.
Feel me?
Especially in our modern times with how things go.
Yeah, I respect that.
Okay, beautiful.
I actually respect you more.
So if she's not financially stable, then it's respectless.
It's something we can work on.
Yeah, don't worry, your turn is coming. Your time's coming. But I think, are you done with that, Sadie?
Yeah, it just listen, yes, that's what I wanted to say. It just shows me that if I'm not there for some case, right? That's what I want to say. If I happen to never be there, I know that my family can always be secured by my partner. You know what I mean? Yeah. In that case, I don't feel like if I'm not there one day, she's going to just go to another man because she's seeking that financial stability or whatever. I feel like whether I'm there or not, someone can still hold down my family.
Yeah.
You feel me? In that case, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And she can take care of herself
She
as
can
well.
take care of herself. Yeah, she's not
Doesn't
lost
need
because
you to be there.
there's a lot of people that I know and I've seen that once the man is not there anymore, they lose it. You know what I mean? Because of because like, I mean, this guy's been doing everything for me, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying it's a problem. It's not a problem. But in the midst of that guy doing everything for you, like always make sure you backed up yourself. You feel me? Okay. Especially if there's like family involved, if you guys have a family or whatever.
I guess now it's your turn.
So I believe in splitting it.
50-50 partnership.
No, not at all. If you are earning...
Oh, no, I'm talking about in the relationship, like it's a partnership.
But it's not 50-50.
Not 50-50 in terms of just that it's not a one-man show.
No, it's not a one-man show. So if you're earning 10,000, I earn 15,000, I should be able to pay more than you, you know? I do have that extra leeway. Okay. So that percentage should be on me more than it should be on him because I do earn more, you know? Yeah. Okay. So at the core, you have to sit down and say, listen, you know, you're talking about someone you're going to be with for 10, 15 years. It's not if you're talking about finances, it's not the one night stand from 3 weeks ago, you know?
Yeah. What?
There's even an app called...
we're just going to ignore that one. We're just going to proceed.
There's even an app called Splitzer that literally you add everything into it.
Yeah.
And it tells you who's been paying more of what. So if someone is to tell you, just pay for me... You know, it's pay for you once now, it's 250 next time. Over a while, it's 1,800 Rand or 1,000 whatever Rand, you know? And it's a lot for someone to pay back. So just keeping account of it always tells people like, you know, how much you're going to. So I don't believe that it should be 50-50, 100%.
Yeah, of course, can never be 50-50, 100%. So it's more in terms of the partnership.
Yeah.
So you believe that it should be a partnership.
It should.
So let me phrase this to you, going back on the question, which is basically, so let's say the man is not financially stable and you are.
Like, there's a big difference between having someone financially stable. You can't meet anyone like,
I mean, you never know.
I'm 22.
There's cappers.
You know, I'm 22, you know,
22.
I'm 23, I'm giving myself discounts, but you know, I'm in my early 20s. You know, the chances of people my age being very successful is so low. You know, you need to find someone that the drive is there, your will to be with them is there, you know. I'm not going to invest in someone who doesn't want to do shit. You know, you're just like, come now, at least try.
Yeah,
At least try. So
At
that's where the conversation then be.
That's I think that's a similar thing that I was saying, right? I mean, you don't have to have it all, like, but at least show me that, listen, I can do me without you. Bro.
Yeah.
It'll work out
feel me?
still.
So now we go to that other one. If the man is earning more than you,
Yes.
that's totally.
It's exactly the same.
So that's totally fine.
It's exactly.
Sorry. I was going to rephrase to. Actually, it was to your question, right? Which is the woman is earning more than the man.
For me,
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot downplay her whatever occupation is. Let's say she's talented or whatever, she's a musician and she's earning more than you. Let's say she's just good or whatever she does. I cannot downplay her talent or whatever because of my ego. You know what I mean? I'll acknowledge it, but however, I still won't. I won't take it as I'm a less of a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just because she's doing that, I won't make myself a less of a man. I will still try to be there and do whatever I have to do as a man, as if we were earning the same or just like in a male position. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I won't treat myself lesser of a man, but however, I will use actually her motive for myself in a way of like, listen, let me try to show her that I can actually also do better, or we could be equal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, it's not in my point to say like, listen, you're earning more than me, so I should feel like salty in a way.
Yes.
You know but not even, how do you approach that?
It's a tough one. I mean, there's situations
you're earning
where
more than me and I need to leave you.
No, I mean, so going back to the question, right now, it refers to the two different genders, because most of the time, or in some cases that happens is, if the woman is earning more, then the man feels a certain way due to ego, insecurities or something. And obviously, once again, tradition, take you back on that one.
No, that one's a strong one.
Exactly,
tradition.
that's what I'm saying.
Very strong
Which
one.
happens where if the woman is now, remember the one who's the breadwinner kind of dictates what happens in the house or so. So if you then, the man, right, again in quotes, and a woman is doing all of this, it can be a problem. And we've seen that it does tend to be a problem. Yeah, exactly, right? And he's mentioned, do you let your ego insecurities get in the way? So you say you would be like, for you, it's totally okay,
it's
right?
Totally okay for me, 100%.
What for the man to
if she's earning a lot more than the man,
easy.
There is nothing.
You know,
yeah, I love that. He got deep in thought. He's thinking there.
But listen, my point is this, right? There's always going to be a time period where a kind of it does affect the relationship. You know?
It will always affect the relationship, but you must decide if it's worth it. Because, like Lil Wayne said,
You're quoting Lil Wayne.
I have to. In Seeing Green, when he said, "I don't want to see you go to prison."
Yeah.
All you can do is leave your keys with your heart and your spirit, or you can come visit. You know, it's all you can do. Are you gonna stay and put through it, leave your ego aside, or are you gonna jump on the bandwagon, be her biggest fan, and pull up your socks? You know, those are your two choices. You know, and you can't make her feel bad.
You see, that's
doing
exactly
well,
that's what I'm getting to.
Because
it goes to.
You're just lack of support, and then for her, you're becoming a loss. You know, because this is the man that got me here with all this support, and now he's acting up like. That's not much of a fan. That's more of a, you know.
Mean, let me throw something or a joke in here, which is basically now the woman coming and beating the man like, what are you doing with your life, you know? Or aren't you supposed to be the man in this relationship? Because now she's the breadwinner.
But who knows? Who speaks about finances on their Instagram and to their friends?
Yeah, I mean, just besides that is one of the biggest contributors, but it's going to be our next topic that's coming up in relationship is the finance talk, right? A lot of people are very withdrawn when it comes to that, right? It's a very sensitive subject, let me put it that way.
It depends on who you are, though.
Yeah, no, of course.
It depends on how you make your money.
Okay, that's another topic then how you make your money. But yeah, so now starting on our next question. We have to cut the sweet one off, but yeah, I've got to move on. So the next one, who answered last? She answered last. We started with her than you. So this one starts off with you, which is basically, right, what do you think contributes to today's, we're not divorces we can't really speak about because neither of us here are married, unless someone wants to say something.
I wish I was married.
Divorced. You wish you were married. The traditions are kicking in there.
Traditions are kicking in, guys.
And family pressures, I'm assuming, but I digress. Digress. So what do you think is the biggest contribution to cheating or factors that play into cheating today's times?
To cheating or to divorce?
We can't speak about divorce unless you have something to say regarding divorce.
No.
Yeah, so cheating then.
For me, the biggest contribution to cheating is not, first of all...
It's her question. Yeah,
I
she
don't
starts.
really think it matters.
Huh?
I don't...
Can I answer that while she's thinking about it?
Okay, go for it.
She's thinking about it. For me, the biggest contribution to cheating is, number one, you've entered something that you were not sure of, right? So, first case scenario, it will be something that you probably you thought of through lust.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, in the midst of those things, you were not ready, but then you slowly start feeling a certain way for this person, but however, you're still not ready because you came into it with the mindset of lust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get what I'm saying? So in the midst of this, getting feelings, blah, 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 but still you are not ready. And when I say you're not ready, you have not fully understood yourself or discovered yourself, how you would be in a relationship. You know what I mean? So what happens is, once you fully discover yourself, what your traits, what your good traits, what your bad traits, then therefore you would know how to handle these things with your partner, you know? So in that case, when you're in a relationship, you will then tell them, listen, both of you guys play open cards. You're open to your partners, they open to you. And then you guys sort these good or bad traits. You know what I mean? Now, once you get into something through lust, your intention is automatically lust. So it's not relationship. But however, sometimes you then become so close to this person, it doesn't become lust anymore. And then you slowly go into a relationship. But remember, you haven't still discovered yourself from the first place. So then when it comes to a certain time, you feel like, actually, I didn't want this person. Or it's not that I didn't want this person, I haven't discovered myself and I'm not ready. You know what I mean? So then you see another person and then again, it happens again. And then you, same thing you did with the first person, again, the second one, and then it happens again and again because you are not ready. You did not discover yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been in a relationship in the past, you know. I'm not an innocent guy, but I'll just be honest. I've been in a relationship in the past and I've also cheated. I've been through cheating and so forth. And I mean, for me, it only made me learn after the whole relationship that actually maybe I was not ready or maybe I haven't discovered myself or maybe I had to admit to it. You know, it takes a time for you to admit, but once you're actually admitting that maybe you're the problem and you need to work on yourself, that's when you become better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after that, then that's when you actually realize this is my problem, this is that. So when I fix these things, it's going to make me better with the next partner. Yeah. And that's what happens.
Okay. You know what I mean? Before I give you my input.
How many partners are you down? How many partners are you down?
So before we go there, that's something else. So I saw you had many facial expressions going on there.
Yeah.
So what's your view on that? Do you agree with what he said, or do you just think that cheating straightforward is not even something that should be, you know, in place?
Cheating happens, man. It happens. But I do think we should be comparing divorce to relationships ending more than we should to cheating, because that's just a product of the relationship ending. So
yeah,
I think you brought up quite a few good points, but I don't think you should be bettering yourself with every relationship. You know,
No, my point is
Wait, just give her. They need to finish it.
you're bettering yourself for yourself
Exactly.
for the relationship.
exactly. And that happens so often by so many people. Like
Yeah.
you just like subside for someone, and then you just don't want to subside anymore. You've lost
Yeah.
your internal peace, you know?
Yeah.
So the reason I'm actually here is because I have a love for posting men are trash, right?
As mentioned when the show started, and you said something else.
As mentioned, no, I do believe in chivalry.
Yeah, no,
I do,
100%.
but like, you know, men today are just so, they've lost it. Like, you know, there isn't that chivalry anymore. There isn't that love of a relationship anymore. There isn't that commitment and that sentiment that there is, you know. Today it's just about, let's go to the club, get bottled, smash whatever you can, and off, you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll bleep it out.
Okay, thanks. But you know, we don't live in that society, and just posting all this stuff that show people how little you actually value women is hoping, like for me, just hopes that it's gonna kind of wake you up, you know. But also, I also post from a female perspective where it's like, the day I'm a dumb bitch and I stop being one for this man, you know, you're gonna start acting right or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But
so,
but don't you feel like it's not entirely to do it for someone else, but do it for yourself? I think that's the most important thing, you know. It's doing it for yourself.
I'm happy for myself being alone, you know.
Okay.
I think relationships are really just, if you have someone
Yeah.
that can empower you more than you're empowering yourself, you're with the right person. But the second you have someone, then it's like, oh, you can't go out, you have to block this, you can't text this, you know. Then it starts, and you're building a house, so every time let's go back to our relationship, the perfect one, right?
yeah.
So I come to him as like, Molly from across the road gave
Molly.
Yeah.
gave me a phone number, you
Yeah.
know. You're gonna be like, block it immediately,
Yes.
right? Then next time it's gonna be an automatic, now I need to block it. So I've set that as like a standard. Then
Yeah.
next time I go and I bump into someone and they flirt,
Yeah.
automatically that is blocked out. Or going to the club, I do something wrong, it's blocked out, you know? And it's just like building blocks until it crashes,
Yes.
you know? So you also have to find the stability of, was this something worth even mentioning to him? Like, is
Yeah.
it something worth touching him because it wasn't even something serious?
Yeah.
Or is it like something that matters a lot that he should know, you know?
But just to hit you on that one is, obviously this all comes with knowing the person and spending time with them, right? That's when you start knowing certain things that irk a person a different way. Like for example, you know that you've got someone who's a jealous type, right? Whether it's a female, whether it's the male in the relationship, whatever. So then you know, like, there's certain things that can be avoidable. Do you then go ahead and avoid those things, or you're like, you know what, screw it, it's just the insecurities?
If you say screw it, it's insecurities, you don't love the person.
That's your view on that.
No, that's 100%. If I tell you this makes me insecure,
Yeah.
and this is actually a problem my ex and I had. Like, I was very insecure about my image.
Yeah.
And I told him, and he was like, your securities are not my problem
concern.
to deal with. I was like, you are not the man for me. You know, because I want someone to help build me, help empower me. You're feeling
course.
down, let's go, you know?
Okay.
Partnership once
A
again.
partnership once again. But if you're just gonna like, oh, you're not my concern, yeah, I'm gonna get out. I'm better alone. I can cry on my couch.
Okay.
Happily.
But I mean, we did digress from the cheating one, but then get back to Boy Rigorous on that, where you spoke about using that as, let's say you enter it and it's more of lust than anything else, then whose fault is it for then being in that relationship in the first place then? Is it...
I mean, it's the person who sparked let's say, it's the person who started, who initiated.
Or accepted the relationship as like saying, we are now in a relationship, but in the background, you know that you're not in it.
But
Yes, I wouldn't say accept, because she might accept it, but she don't know what I'm in it for. You know what I mean? So I would say it's the person that started. So if I approach her and automatically my mindset is lust, you know what I mean? But I'm leading her on in a way of like, she's thinking this guy wants me for me and like in a relationship. Obviously she'll probably accept it, but she don't know what's my motive. You know, so then the problem is with me,
Yeah.
because I started it. You know.
And accepted the relationship.
Guys, this is actually something I need advice on.
Wait, not advice. Got the advice.
Let's go to advice.
Let's
the
keep
problem-
that for the end of the show. We'll jump onto the advice.
So the problem
Yeah.
with me, because I approached her, she was doing her own thing, she was minding her
Yeah.
own business. I approached her and I told her like, yo, I'm feeling you. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like, yo, let's work something out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she don't know what's my intention
Yes.
and so forth. But in the midst of, again, I approach it with lust. In my mind, I know what I want. It's lust probably.
Yeah.
But then she doesn't know. So the whole relationship gets to a time and then I cheat. Obviously, it's my fault.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely.
So that would be one scenario. So like I said,
Give me
we
another
we
scenario.
have kind of digressed from the topic, which is then, you know, what leads to these type of things while you are in the relationship.
What leads to it?
Yes. So now you are in the
Okay.
relationship. Now you decide, okay, you know, I'm going to play two-player game.
This is where I answered like going to the club or answering the phones. You know, those are all things that divert to cheating. You know,
In what way?
it's oh yeah, everyone's asking my girl for their number. Oh, my girl's always at the club. Like you start thinking, oh, she doesn't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna start also thinking like, let me just, you know, do what I do, and it happens. But people also do it intentionally.
There we go.
But this is where you have to make strict boundaries between relationships and just flings, you know?
Yeah.
What values, like, to you guys, what is a difference between a relationship and a fling?
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Like,
Fling is like a one night thing, or we just popping.
no, that's a
fling.
one night stand.
No, like
That's
no,
a one night stand. My love?
one night stand.
My life.
That's a one night stand.
When I say a one night thing, a night can take up to 24 hours.
Huh? No, my night has
Sadie,
8
just
hours
move back
in
for the
it.
mic so you can just hear you properly. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is,
Just keep the mic in front of you. Yeah. You're going to move it forward, but yeah.
Okay, cool. A fling can result into many things. A one night stand is obviously, listen, we're having intercourse tonight.
Intercourse, such a fancy word.
Right, tonight we're having intercourse. That's a one night stand.
Okay.
But I mean, I can have a fling with you throughout the whole day till the night.
Look at the face. Definitely zooming on that face.
No, listen.
You don't
Yeah.
understand.
No,
So I
okay.
can disagree
Like
on
you
that.
can have
A
a
one night
you
stand
can
is I
have-
caught you at the club, I found you on Tinder, I got you
Yeah.
at the grocery store, wherever I
Yeah.
went to go shopping for you,
Shopping. I love how you played that at the grocery store. Going out shopping, human beings.
What you're talking about is duration now. I can have a one day fling with someone and I'll be like, bro, I don't feel
that's
you.
a one
Then the
night
next
stand
day,
more
no,
than a
that's not a
fling.
one night stand. A one night stand is I literally meet you at the club. We head out to my place, we do the thing, and then that's a one night stand.
So what's the difference between the club and the grocery store? I found you catching groceries looking fine, looking at those carrots and said, come home, baby. You come.
No, I'll just cut that whole conversation off. And for you guys that are watching, I think just comment down what is the actual difference between a fling and a
Like,
and a,
Yeah,
and a
you
one
can have
night
a
stand.
week fling, a 3-day fling, a 1
3-day
month
fling.
fling,
Okay,
a 1 day
week-
What's your definition?
okay,
Let's
look,
go there.
a one night
That's the
stand
thing for
is
you.
like one night, you know?
Okay.
One
Yeah.
night, then, you know.
As the name defines it.
It's, you know, after that, you guys don't text, you don't speak, you just leave it.
Yeah.
A fling is anything longer than that. If you've seen the person twice, 3 times, 4 times, anything more than once is a fling. If it lasts a week, if it lasts 3 months,
Yeah,
or if it lasts 6 months, it's a fling.
Wow,
feel
that long.
No,
3 months.
I've been in a fling for like 2 years, you know, but
Exactly. Now you're talking about
Yes.
duration. Like, listen, if I holler at you now, I'm
Okay.
telling my friend, yo, I'm finna have a fling with this chick, right? And like it lost a day, and I'm like, I'm not feeling her. You know what I mean? And like I'm like, now I'm not feeling you. Like my thing was like, I wanted to have a fling, but I'm not feeling her. You know what I mean? So you're talking about duration now.
but you.
So you can have a 1 day fling, a 3
I'm
day,
sure that was based
5
on the
days.
6 though, so you're going back to lust then.
Yeah, I think flings
Drinks
are,
water.
but flings
I
are
like your
mostly-
mic drop there.
But flings are pretty much driven by lust. Because, I mean, you don't want to be in a relationship with this person.
What if you're just scared?
Scared. I think like you have a lot to say, hey? But let's keep that for the end of the thing here, because that fling of 2 years was something else.
2 years.
2 year fling, that's something
That's not a
else.
fling, that's an entanglement.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
can
So
call it that.
this was one of. So I got a few questions from one of our other members. Shout out to Boy Fargo for the question for today's questions. He's not present, but he is behind the camera.
Here in spirit.
Here in spirit. So one that he had was, which you'd like me to convey here today, is one of those popular thing that goes around, which speaks about, this is what takes to make a woman happy, or this is what takes to make a man happy. I think, Ella, you answered I asked you the last question.
Yes,
so
you did.
boy Rigorous, so with your one, what do you think what makes a woman happy? Or what makes let's rather, okay, we can twist it, either we can do the ask you what you think, what you think, but I have to give her, the thing. Alright, but let's start with you, what do you think?
What makes a woman happy?
Yeah, what do you think? Let's do that. Yeah, what do you think makes a woman happy?
Nothing. Nothing makes a woman happy. Nothing.
I'm sure Ella's got a lot to say with that. Yeah.
Nothing makes a woman happy. You can give a woman the world, she still won't be happy.
Well,
Really?
For me personally, nothing makes a woman
I think that's the thing with men more than it is with women.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever and a man's still gonna cheat. You can throw the best back shots. Give 5-star head. He's still gonna cheat when he's drunk at the club. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's no woman from Beyonce to Bill Gates' wife to
Melinda Gates.
Sorry guys, to anyone that can say they haven't been cheated on. You've got a good man. Stay by him forever and give me his brother's number. But
Yeah, but once again, right, like I said, that goes back to, I wouldn't even say tradition at this point, but avoid that one. So, boy Rigorous, so you're saying in your case,
Nothing makes a woman happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it now to you.
What I can say is, women seek comfort. Okay, they seek reassurance and they seek affirmation. Okay, so women want to constantly to affirm her that what she's thinking is not actually what's happening.
So if you know, why is it so hard?
No. What do you mean? What do you
Wait,
mean?
let him finish. I know she's just going back to firing shots back on your previous answer. Because you said nothing.
So they seek no. When I say nothing, I'm gonna explain to you now. So women seek affirmation, assurity, and comfort. All right, but still that doesn't make them happy. Why doesn't that make them happy? Because you have to do that all the time. Now, once you do something, if I assure you and I give you affirmation, listen, this is happening, this. All right. If I have to do that all the time, that means the first time I told you, you probably just took it for that time, and then it happens again. I mean, you can't tell me you are happy if I have to do it all the time. I have to constantly repeat the same thing every time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in that case, like when I say nothing makes them happy, even though they want that, that's still not enough.
Sounds like a relationship to me, though.
Yeah, it's still not enough because they're gonna constantly want it over and over and over. I mean, if I'm with you and you tell me, listen, I'm doing this, I'll be like, fine, babe, I know you are doing it. You know what I mean, I trust you. Like, I will be happy with you doing whatever you're doing. But if I'm doing other things in other cases, then
you expect the same type of. That's what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And if I don't get that, that means like.
I feel like there's a lot of history going on between our two guests today. Everyone is bringing their past moment into the conversation. But before we jump into Ella's view on it, we just need to take a quick break and get our thing, just a water break, and make some changes, and we'll be back. Welcome guys back after a short break, which was much needed. We're going to continue where we left off. So Ella, I'm going to go back to you, right? So now your thing will be, what do you think makes a man happy?
I don't think there's anything in this world that will please a man.
Okay.
Because it's that Friday night that their soccer team loses.
Yeah.
It's that everything. It just goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know, this is why we need to find like a comfort zone. So, but yeah, I don't think there's much that pleases.
Could you elaborate on the comfort zone?
Like we said, when we're moving in together, there's that like match that we're finding to like just the rhythm we're trying to get into each other. I think you'll figure it out when you're living with the person. Oh, this ticks them off. This is what they're okay with. You know, this sign shows that he needs a bit of time and space.
So basically growing together.
Yeah, you need to grow together to understand each other's wants and needs. You can't expect for us to go in a room together for the rest of our lives and expect now to be as easy as in 3 years' time.
Of course.
You know? So this is back to like duration and time. You know, that's so important in a relationship. And today we forget that you need that time to get better.
Because everything is instant. Instant gratification.
Yeah, we live in a world, it's not a video game. There's no instant gratification here. No? We are, let's just use this example. We're shooting a podcast now for a show who, you know, we're doing the work now for later. You don't know what the result is. You don't know who's going to comment on what backlash of what, you know. For all you know, you said something about a gold chain and it's going to spike off, you know, a viral anger. But we don't know that. And when you live in the world of instant gratification, people lose it.
So what's
nothing that
can make a man happy? Okay.
Make a man happy.
So what's your viewpoint on now going to something that you mentioned, which is that of doing the same thing over and over and over and over?
Yo, I think he's just been with badass girls, like traumatizing girls. Next time you have a girl, you ask her for a CV, I'll go through it and we'll let you know how it goes, okay?
But seriously, you guys always need information.
Not always, you know. If you're doing something that doesn't make me feel like it, then why would I need it?
But the thing is this, we might not be doing it, but you still feel like it.
Okay, if you're staring at every single girl's ass, I'm still going to ask you if mine's good enough. But if you are not doing that, I'm not going to find a problem with mine, you know?
Okay.
If you're always texting other people on Instagram because of how they look and not liking my photos, how am I supposed to feel, you know? There's always, you know, there's something that ticks it off. You know, girls don't want to say it. We'll keep it quiet, you know, there's no problem. I'm fine. But those are just like the things of the sand that get buried.
And which pulls up resentment and everything, right?
My brick wall that
Yes. What I was going to say now in regards to, okay, then what makes a woman happy?
Yes, what makes a woman happy?
Yo.
Since you are the HR of taking my CV, since you are the HR of taking my CV and analyzing it, what woman is perfect for me? What makes a woman happy?
Or at least for in your own opinion.
In my own opinion, what would make a woman happy?
She don't know. 5 seconds is too long.
You remind from that scene in the Notebook.
What do you want?
What do you want? Just tell me. What do you want? Just tell me.
She took too
Ryan
long.
Gosling.
I can answer that for men in 3 seconds. But let's wait for her.
You were going to say soccer? You're going to say good ass and better food.
Lust, basically.
Yeah, lust. His category is going to be in lust. So, you know, it depends on the girl. So maybe some girls want stability, you know, and I think if someone wants stability or if they want to be in the streets, those are very important factors, you know? Like, so let's just take me. It will be a make-believe situation since I'm very, very single, guys.
Are you like publishing it out there? If you first give your description first, and if anyone is listening and first the description, then here you go. Go for it. Advertise yourself on country.
That's a good idea. Very good idea. If
Property 24.
No, man. Now we're owning property. That's going to get us in trouble. No.
That's called prostitution.
Oh, exactly.
There's a bit of a difference.
But I mean, you don't... Wait, let's not digress. Please continue where you are.
Okay. So, let's say a girl wants, like, stability. She wants someone that she can clearly move in with. She wants someone that's available emotionally. She wants... You know, those are all things that are going to impact what she wants to make her happy. But it also changes as we progress in life, don't you think? You know, now we started with I want to date and to make me happy in a relationship will be this. But we get this and we've achieved first milestone and we need to change it. So now we're going to have to go, like you said, you're going to need to reassure me. Now you do want to get engaged. Now you do want to, you haven't been wasting for years of my life.
Sounds personal once again.
That one was personal. You
That
know
was
who I'm
personal.
talking about.
Yo, to anyone who heard that out there, that one's dedicated to you.
How many years?
4 years.
wasted.
Is that the same 2 guy? 2 year
No,
fling?
no.
That's a different one.
Come on.
That was a fling. There's a difference what you asked. There's a relationship and a fling.
So there was a 4-year one and a 2-year one.
Yes, this ended when I was like 21. I was young.
So recently.
Yeah, recently.
You're just about to say because when you were young.
Yeah. It's 2 years ago. It's younger than now.
Okay, if you put it that way, I can't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, then you have to go again. Are we going to get engaged? But before we get engaged, do you want kids? Because if he says no and I say yes,
Yeah.
we're going to start building problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to change. You're going to need to reassure me. I do want kids. I do want to get married. But if you're in the streets every night, your reassurance is not that strong,
So basically what you describe is someone grounded.
Someone what?
Grounded.
No. For my wants to make me happy. I prefer grounded people. But if I'm someone that wants to party every night,
You prefer
I
party.
couldn't care less who you are and what you're doing, So,
So will that make you really happy? Are you sure?
what?
What you just said right now.
If I'm in that situation, remember we said we're putting up me in a situation.
Yeah,
So if
hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, if I'm hypothetically
Make
choosing to
believe.
be in a relationship, because remember I said I'm
She's
very
very
single.
single. Yes.
And you guys offered to advertise me on
You had
Country.
been advertising right now on the show to thousands of subscribers.
You'll remove a few of those.
Huh? No. She just asked me to remove some of the things we said here. She forgets what we do on the show. It's uncut, unscripted, and raw.
So yeah,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And property
That should be the
24.
thumbnail.
and on
Property
property 24,
Which is
come on.
private property.
So yeah, sad life. What is gonna make a man happy? Because clearly your list is shorter than mine.
What makes a man happy? Honestly,
Thank you for taking my spot as
Yeah.
referee.
as I said, besides football,
Who do you support? Because clearly that's a heartbreak on its own.
that's another topic on its own. But let's get to what makes a man happy. What makes a man happy is understanding a woman.
So you've clearly gotten depression.
No, what I'm saying
Said there's nothing.
no, what makes a man happy is an understanding woman.
Will be to understand women, right?
No, an understanding woman, not to understand woman.
Will you understand women then, from what you said?
No, he
I
wants
understand.
depression.
What do you mean?
She's making a joke. Just she's trying to be
back to me.
playing the fool here.
Yeah, understanding woman, I would say, and space. When I say space, I'm not saying like I don't want to see you, blah blah blah. I'm just saying if I'm telling you I'm doing this, just trust me and believe me that I am doing this. You know what I mean? Give me that space of believing in what I am doing. You know what I mean? And not constantly thinking, okay, you're saying this, but are you actually doing that? Again, the assurance every time thing. You know what I mean? That takes a lot of a man's space for himself, I would say. So, and when I say understanding is like understand me and what I'm like, whatever I tell you, just understand. Like it's difficult to get an understanding woman.
Listen, you
No,
must
Hold up.
tell me
Just
nice
give him his
things.
thing. Give him his thing.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Difficult to get an understanding woman. Trust me, it's very difficult to get an understanding woman, especially if they have been through things in the past. It makes it much more difficult because
Madam Speaker.
Your past can't be my problem. We're
But
here for
that's
new
what he's
things.
trying to get to.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
I'm trying to say. Especially if you're with a woman's been through things in the past, it's difficult to get an understanding woman.
Wink, wink to the right, you say.
Not in that context, but besides the whole point, let's just go. A man needs space, an understanding woman, and obviously,
Football.
yeah, football.
Sounds like you have a lot of things on soccer being a problem.
No, soccer is actually just a good way to get guys. Like just
Once again, if you're a soccer lover, extreme soccer lover, you know.
yeah.
Soccer is a good way to get guys. So you go to soccer matches for guys. Or
No,
She
let's
goes shopping, like she mentioned earlier.
to the grocery store.
With the grocery store with the carrots. Okay. And I guess before we get to the other side topics that, we want to discuss, for those who are still watching, there's still a lot. We still got to get to the advice part she wants to share. And then some other nonsense or more banter that will go on. But just to maybe end the whole conversation and the questions that we had in a nice way, I would just like to ask each of you guys to just give a message out there to women or men that are looking for love.
Don't.
Don't. Like, that's one word. And, just something around that aspect. So, who did I question the last time first? Him.
Don't search for
Hold
love.
up. She's starting.
Let me steal his line. Don't search for love. Let it find you.
You steal that cheesy quote. I saw I've read that somewhere.
No, but really, guys, listen to your red flags. If you're uncomfortable in any way, it's a red flag. Dip, girl. Like, run.
Does a man with good cooking skills overweight red flags?
No, but it's how comfortable you are. If you get there and you suddenly just feel like, my heart's not cooking right, it's uncomfortable, like, it's clearly something's off, and if he does something that makes you uncomfortable, it's a red flag, and people are just like, I'll get used to it, or, it'll be okay. Like,
I'm going to save that for after the chat, because I'll have a few questions on what you're considering red flags and what's considered, just a discomfort. Compromises, of course. Boy, Rigorous, what would be your message?
For the people, I was going to say, don't search for love, search for personal growth, search for your future. And in the midst of those things, you will find love.
Okay. We like that.
That was a good one.
We like that.
So and now we can go to all the fooling around and clownery that we want to make. Now that, our questions have been set aside. So, kids who've been watching this, it's time to step back, because let the adults watch. We're about to get unscripted and unraw, and maybe I'll participate in these conversations. So let's go, Ale.
Appreciate the little things I do, and acknowledge it.
So acknowledgement and appreciation.
Acknowledgement and appreciation. Men, one thing you need to know about men. Men have a lot of...
Listen to your
friends. In most cases, your friends want your partner.
However, it's been a situation now where it's not possible to be financially stable. If that's the decision we take, then that wouldn't make sense.
I just wanted to...
Now saying you're talking about the playing victim.
I don't like playing victim.
You don't like... No. I'd rather have someone that plays victim than an emotional manipulator.
Hey, what is the green flags? Just the cool things as, I made you this, I made you breakfast.
Being honest.
But there's right time, wrong person.
Nah, got you on that one.
Or right person, wrong time,
Happens.
Okay. All those things.
Men have a lot of things that go through their head. Too much things a day.
It depends what the head you're referring to.
You do get someone that ticks all the right boxes, but they just...
You don't actually. You don't get someone.
I'm worried about the woman that crossed your path.
I really believe you'll get a guy that ticks all the boxes.
Well, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What happened then? Why single?
I'm still seeing them.
But you see.
But I'm not in a relationship.
It's
by choice. Not my choice, but by choice.
It's by choice.
We didn't come here to play Sherlock Holmes solving mysteries. You're just confusing everyone.